Peppa Pig is not only full of fun, but also some hilarious animation mistakes. Let's spot a few you probably never noticed. Like in the episode Compost, there are a few odd little mistakes that are hard to unsee once you spot them. First, take a look at this, the picture board on the wall. At the start, it's clearly hanging above the kitchen cabinet. But just a few moments later, when Peppa walks over to the bin, the same picture board magically teleports above the garbage bin instead. And speaking of the garbage bin, when we first see it, the lid is completely closed. But as Peppa walks over to throw away the trash, the lid suddenly opens by itself. Either Peppa's house is haunted, or that bin has motion sensors from the future. And here's the strangest part. When Mummy Pig starts showing Peppa the different kinds of bins, we can clearly see that they're placed right beside the fridge. But wait a second. Just few scenes ago, the fridge was pressed tightly against the wall, with no space for any bins there at all. Seems like the kitchen layout in Peppa's world changes faster than the weather. In the episode Stars, we noticed a really weird mistake. When the Pig family arrives at Grandpa Pig's house, we can see that Daddy Pig is wearing his winter clothes. But right when he's climbing up the attic, we can see he's now wearing his regular clothes. But you might think that he could have taken off his winter clothes. But no, because just a second later, he can be seen with his winter clothes again. In the episode Basketball, Daddy Pig comes to playgroup to teach Peppa, George, and their friends how to play basketball. And in one scene, when Peppa and Susie are talking, we noticed a weird error. Look at Susie's hands, one of them is gray, and the other one is white. And that's not all. In this scene, George passes the ball to Zoe Zebra, and she catches it. But look at her tail. It looks different than what it's normally like. There is no fur on her tail. But when she's about to throw the ball, her tail becomes normal for a split second. Now that's a weird mistake, isn't it? In the episode Simple Science, there's a tiny but hilarious mistake that even the sharpest eyes might miss. When Daddy Pig is teaching the kids all about concrete, everything seems fine until you look closely at Susie Sheep's boots. First, they're blue. But the moment Daddy Pig gets himself stuck in the concrete, Susie's boots magically turn pink. In the episode George's Friend, there are a few odd animation mistakes that really stand out. When George starts crying because he doesn't want to share his dinosaur with Richard, look closely. His ears are weirdly far apart. Normally, George's ears sit close together, but in this scene, they've somehow stretched apart, giving him a rather funny look. And that's not the only strange thing. When Mummy Pig grabs George's dinosaur, her arm appears to be growing out of George's nose. It's such a strange frame that it almost looks like they've merged into one creature for a split second. Finally, at the end of the episode, when everyone's singing together, the seesaw's location completely changes. It was between the roundabout and sandpit earlier, but now it's magically sitting between the swing and the climbing frame. Looks like even playground equipment can teleport in Peppa Pig's world. Now this next mistake can be found in the episode Bouncy Ball. In the scene where George grabs the ball and starts walking, we can notice the shadow of the ball still remains in the same place. It seems like the shadow is slower than George. And in this scene, Peppa and her friends are playing football. And also, we can notice 4 trees with fruits on them. Now look closely, because seconds later, all the fruits from the trees disappear into thin air. But seconds later, when Rebecca Rabbit scores a goal, the fruits can be seen again. Seriously, what's up with these fruits? In the episode Grampy Rabbit's Lighthouse, Grandad Dog takes Peppa Pig, George Pig, and Danny Dog to visit and learn more about Grampy Rabbit's lighthouse. And when they arrive at the lighthouse, we can notice that Grandad Dog has a clean vest. He has nothing on it, right? But in the next scene, when Grandad Dog is giving Grampy Rabbit some items, we can notice that he has got mud stain on his shirt and face. Like, how's this even possible? The mud stain literally came out of nowhere. Moving on, in the episode Thunderstorm, we noticed a funny error. Here, Peppa and George are playing in the garden when they hear thunder. Peppa and George get a bit frightened and go running inside the house. But when they all get inside the house, Peppa realizes that she has left her teddy bear in the garden. Now look carefully. We can see there's a teddy bear lying on the ground. And if we notice the background, there's nothing. But when Daddy Pig goes to get the teddy, we can notice a tree in the background. The tree basically appeared out of nowhere. In the episode Ballet Lesson, when Peppa arrives at school and starts dancing with her classmates, we can see Danny Dog jump to the left side and off the frame. But seconds later, we can see him appear on the right side. It seems like Danny Dog can do teleportation. And it isn't the only mistake in this scene. Let's look at Danny Dog closely. We can see his ears are together in this scene, but the moment he appears on the right side, his ears are apart. There's a significant gap between them. Now that's a weird mistake. In the episode Playgroup Star, Peppa wins her first star for making a wonderful drawing of her house. But Daddy Pig realizes that he has never won a single star and is determined to solve the problem. Moving on to the moment when we see Daddy Pig going to the attic to get a drawing of a dragon that he made when he was a kid, we notice that beside the box with a blue bag on top of it, there is a painting leaning against it with a chest behind Daddy Pig. Then, Daddy Pig finds his old school folder, and we see that first the chest has disappeared, and then we see that the painting is no longer beside the boxes, but behind Daddy Pig, which certainly doesn't make much sense since Daddy Pig didn't touch the boxes, only his old school bag, and that's not all. In the same episode, the next day, we see the children take Daddy Pig's drawing of dragon to their school. Here we see several drawings on the school wall, each with a star on them. Notice that there is a butterfly drawing, a carrot, and a small tractor. When Madame Gazelle finally gives the star to Daddy Pig, we notice that the drawings have changed their order and arrangement. The tractor drawing is now right below the butterfly, and the carrot drawing has been moved to the side. The episode Nature Trail is a trail of mistakes. We'll play 2 scenes for you. See if you can spot the mistake. Just focus on Daddy Pig because the mistake has got to do with him.
Daddy, what will we see in the countryside?
Is the start of the nature trail.
We're here!
Hooray!
Did you find it? In the first scene, Daddy Pig wasn't wearing any backpack, but in the second scene, he's sitting with a backpack, which by the way has no straps. It's simply stuck to his back, and the straps only appear when he jumps to the ground from the car. Now we're used to seeing them jump out of the car, but jumping from back of the car to front? Now this is some next level stuff, and also the door conveniently closes by itself. And the most intriguing thing about all this is, why do they open the door if they're going to jump out of the car anyway? In the episode Tidying Up, Peppa and George have to tidy their bedroom. But while they are tidying their room, they get a little distracted by the toys. Let's look at the room here. As we can see, Peppa's room is not that big, right? But the mistake is, when Daddy Pig comes in Peppa's room to check whether it is cleaned or not, he accidentally steps onto a toy car. And when he's sliding across the room becomes very long. And that's not all. After hearing the noise, Mummy Pig also goes in Peppa's room, but now it's back to its normal size. And also, earlier when Daddy Pig stepped onto the room, this toy basket was behind the door. But when Mummy Pig stepped in the room, it suddenly changed its position to the other side of the door. It seems like even the animators got confused with all this mess. In the episode Windmills, we can see Peppa and her classmates making a paper windmill. Everyone has different colored paper, and if we look at Susie Sheep's paper, we notice that it is cyan colored. Now look carefully. When everyone makes their paper windmill and runs outside the classroom, we can notice that Susie Sheep's windmill is dark blue. But earlier, we saw her paper was cyan colored. And that's not all. When all of the students arrive at the site where Mr. Bull is building an actual windmill, we can notice that Susie's paper windmill is now green colored. Maybe Susie Sheep has got a magical color changing paper. So, that's all the bloopers for today. Which one made you laugh the most? Let us know in the comments. And as always, we'll see you all in the next video.